if DeAndre Hunter is switching this down screen right here, why is he gambling? Look at this. Look at this gamble right there. So now you're not able to guard Jamal Murray. Pfft. What is John Collins doing? First of all, you're never above the three-point line away from the ball. You should be underneath the three-point line back to the baseline. So now I'm seeing ball, seeing man. John Collins is not seeing man. Okay, what is DeAndre Hunter doing? Off of this switch, get up and guard. Look what he's doing. He's leaning towards a Nikola Jokic screen that he thinks is coming. Again, look at this Hawks player leaning towards what he thinks is a Jokic screen, so you get beat the other way. This is a cross screen. You cannot guard this cross screen like this. This player's got to get attached to his man, so that's already a problem. When this player comes through, you jam this player to knock him off his spot. I mean, if you don't do that, this is going to happen every time. John Collins, you cannot just stare at the shot. Look at how this Hawks player is starting to get back and then sprints back. Same thing has to be with you. Look, there should be no excuse that this Hawks player gets back and you don't, other than laziness. Look at this. Like, ha! All right, so John Collins comes to double baseline. Now, this player comes to take John Collins' man like he's supposed to, but Bogdanovich has got to get out of the lane because he's got to be the one to rotate here on this pass. Okay? And then this player rotates here, and this player comes up. But it doesn't... I mean, this is a clear mismatch. The Nuggets have totally emptied out the strong side of the floor. So this is very easy to double. Just bring a player over here. Okay? And now you're up. You're forcing this player this way. All that needs to happen is this player rotates here, and this player rotates back to the weak side of the floor. That's it. Instead, you're just going to let Bogdanovich get fried by Jamal Murray. Same mismatch, same ISO. So if you're Bogdanovich, you can't be guarding on an island Jamal Murray, and you can't also be playing off Jamal Murray. Now, this player's coming up. He can get up more into the gaps right here, okay? But you got to get up and force him into this help right here. Obviously. This terrible transition defense. Let's look at these two Hawks players. There is no such thing as jogging back in transition. This Hawks player needs to sprint over here so this player can take the ball. You need to sprint back to get over to this Nuggets player, which you can do. But look at both those Hawks players. Look at them. Jogging. Sliding. I don't even know what you call that. All right, if you double at the rim, you've got to be ready to rotate. So this player steps up to double. This player is going to take this player's man. If this player cuts, you've got to go with them. Now, this player would then, if a kick-out pass gets made here, would rotate there, and then you would then rotate up, okay? But you can't just not take the cutter here. So the Hawks turn the ball over here. You know what happens? Turnovers happen in every game. If you're this Hawks player, just sprint back in a straight line. Make sure you're ahead of this Nuggets player. Look at this Hawks player. What are you doing? Ugh. If you're switching DeJounte Murray onto Aaron Gordon, DeJounte Murray's got to do a way better job here. Like right now, you got to duck underneath Aaron Gordon. Now, this player should be up, level to the screener so you're ready to actually switch. But DeJounte Murray's got to get underneath Aaron Gordon now. And that's why this player's got to be up and ready to guard now. Because you got to battle for real estate and initiate contact. You don't do any of that. Look where you're letting Aaron Gordon catch this ball. That's way too low. All right, if John Collins wants to switch on to Jamal Murray, then he's got to play up, okay? So if he's afraid of getting beat off the dribble, then we're going to need to help him then, okay? So up, this little scram switch here that's about to take place needs to take place fast because DeJounte Murray needs to get over here because this player's got to rotate here, and you're coming onto the wing. So now when this player rotates here, he's got to move all the way over here, right? Because we're going to force him into a double team. And then, again, that's why DeJounte Murray's got to get over here, because he would rotate here, this player would rotate up, and then this player would rotate to the corner, and DeJounte Murray would just fall down all in unison on this first kickout pass here. But you can't just play off Jamal Murray. Like, that just can't happen. You do not backpedal in transition. If you're DeJounte Murray, you sprint back. Look at this backpedaling. Now look what happens because you did that. What is Clint Capella doing? You got to play up on Nikola Jokic. One, he can shoot. Okay, so that's one. But two, if he's going to back you down, you gotta start resisting his post-up out here. Look at this. You're playing off. You don't even start resisting his post-up till he's in the lane. And then you're just going to try and sell out for a charge. Bogdanovic is going to switch this screen on Jokic. You need to get underneath Jokic now and battle for real estate and initiate contact. Look at Bogdanovic. You're just letting Jokic get right into the paint. Turn out the lights. If John Collins is coming over to double at the rim, he's got to say something, okay? Because this player's got to know, okay, if you're coming to double, then I got to slide down. And if a kick-out pass gets made here, Hunter rotates here. This player would then rotate here. Okay, and this player just goes on to Jokic. But, I mean... Okay, so the Hawks just took this possession off because this is not defense. If the Hawks were playing defense, they'd be up, they'd be hedging, they'd be moving Jamal Murray out. There'd be backside help right here for Jokic's role. This player would guard these Nuggets players 2 passes away because this right here is not defense. So, all right, took a possession off. If you're DeJounte Murray, you're fine right now. You're in a defensive stance. You're ready to guard. You can't continue to climb up the line. Look at that. You're moving your feet upward. So you're moving your feet upward as Jamal Murray's going downward. That doesn't work. If you're Clint Capella, you can't be guarding nobody. I mean, if the Hawks are in a zone, man-to-man, it doesn't matter. You can't guard nobody. Clint Capella's got to get out here. Now. Like, this player's got to step up. You can't... Why is this player worried about 2 Nuggets players? Capella, you're guarding air. Bogdanovic gets switched onto Jokic. Double obviously comes, and that's fine, but your rotations have to be crisp. Why is DeJounte Murray looking at the post? You need to be ready to rotate to the corner. Then Capella rotates here, and then Bogdanovic will go up here, and John Collins stays on Jokic. But you're not rotating. The Hawks turn it over. That's fine. Turnovers happen all the time, but right now you're not getting to this ball. This player isn't getting to the ball either. All of these players, it's a turnover. Could we please start sprinting back? Look at this. Not one Hawks player tries to get back. That is unbelievable. Okay, so Bogdanovic gets blown by Bruce Brown. That draws a double at the rim. So this player does a good job rotating here. If this player should be the one to rotate here and Bogdanovic comes up here. But if you want Bogdanovic to come up here on this second rotation, then he needs to have way more urgency. Sprint over there. Look at Bogdanovic. Could you be any lazier? This is a horrible switch. If you are switching this ball screen, you need to get underneath this Nuggets player. Look at this. You're switching over the top. So now this Hawks player's got to step up and backside help, and the corner's wide open. Do the Hawks work on doubling and rotating? Like, if John Collins is coming to double here, there's no questions asked. You need to rotate down. And if a skip pass is made here, you're rotating here, here, and then John Collins would come up here. But if you miss this first rotation... It's total laziness on Clint Capella's part. You got to start battling for real estate with Nikola Jokic at the 3-point line. Like, initiating contact. Look at this. You just cannot let Jokic come all the way down here. Now he's got you sealed. Isn't defense. So if the Hawks were playing defense, they're not on this possession. You'll see that's very clear now. When Jamal Murray comes up here, Clint Capella's this way, and there's no place for Jokic to roll to. The backside defender's literally standing and waiting. But as you see, the Hawks just chose to not play defense on this possession. This is obviously a mismatch. Clint Capella getting switched onto Jamal Murray on the perimeter. This player's in the gaps. He should move up the line more, but Clint Capella's got to get up, and you got to force him into this gap help right here. You cannot leave yourself on an island guarding Jamal Murray. I mean,